not a bear.
Yes.
All right, and then okay. There we go. Okay. Who's ready for a countdown?
I am.
Yes.
God damn it, John.
Oh, actually, I should pull up Audacity. Then I'll be ready for a countdown.
what?
I'm ready for a countdown now.
Why did
I thought I was ready. I was mistaken. I'm not perfect, John.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Jesse. That's valued and appreciated.
Oh no, what's going on?
What's going on?
He's waiting to be ready, I assume. Or this is like some weird Andy Kaufman type bit.
Or both. Oh, Gaga fan.
I really, really hope that at the end of this we hear just a loud, continuous fart. Exactly.
All right, John, I'm counting down now. I don't care if you're ready anymore. I'm not waiting.
Ready or
Let's do
not?
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome
Wait, now
to
I'm ready.
Game That Tune.
Oh yeah, what's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's ya boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got Jesse Morris. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Fantastic, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune, episode 182 in the house. And man, this is going to be a fun one. Nice laid back evening. I feel like with these special milestone episodes, the pressure comes off a little bit. Everybody just kind of lets it ride a little bit easier, and we have a good show coming up. If you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, we are going to listen to some video game music. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try to guess each other's games based on the songs, a little bit of trivia, goof off, have a lot of fun. Winner at the end of the night picks a theme for the next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And our winner last week truly was John Regan. So, Johnny, there's a reason you were the winner last week. So tell them what the theme is for this week's episode.
Yeah, what's so nice about every 26 episodes is we do a redo episode, as is tradition. So last week, when we were one episode away from redo, I win because I don't have to really think of a theme because I'm very much not good at that. So yeah, this week was going to be a redo, which means that nobody really cares that much about winning because they don't get to pick a theme. I don't really care about picking a theme, so I won, and off we go.
Yeah.
I feel like you're showing a little too much behind the curtain there, John.
Yeah, no, John, you were more just supposed to say that, it's a redo episode. We're a podcast of laws. And we abide by the ancient GTT laws that every 26 episodes we revisit games that we've previously used on the podcast.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. I'm looking back. David, I don't think my curtain back there is pulled back that far. I don't quite understand what you're talking about here.
That is a joke that's going to work.
Johnny,
Fantastic in podcast form. That's just glorious, John. As glorious as your gray curtains. Good Lord.
Do the carpets match the drapes?
You know they do. His whole drapery carpet setup is gray.
John, I hope you realize when you
Salt and
create
pepper house.
when you create the episode art for this, you're gonna have to put curtains on it somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
It's curtain for you, kid.
a drawn back gray, just delightful, glorious curtain.
Google image search dull curtains.
Meat
and the
curtain.
first answer.
This is, see, it's so fast. I usually don't have to cut awful shit out of the first part of the episode and put it behind the credits. But here we are. This is all cutting room floor. So anyway, Johnny's awful explanation and joke aside, yes, Game That Tune tradition dictates that every 26 episodes we revisit games that we previously used on the show. So we got 4 great games tonight. No fan requests. We've tried that in the past, and it's kind of odd having people request games that we already used on the show. I don't know. It's just it's a time to revisit games that we want to revisit on the show. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great tunes. And Johnny, close those fucking curtains and let's start with game 1.
Game 1.
In one of the additional modes to this game that was added via DLC, two of the main characters are modeled after American rappers Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. All right, Johnny, you got yourself ready for that hat trick button? So we have a hat trick. Everyone says Splatoon 2.
Oh, play it, Jesse.
So this is Splatoon 2.
That hat trick was questionable at best.
Why do you say that? I saw Splatoon 2 on everyone's board.
Eventually.
Now, I mean, I will admit, Jesse, we might have to talk about the lighting because there was some like reflection off of your board. I couldn't
Yeah,
quite see
bad
like the
glare.
bottom half, but you know, there was a 2 there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, once his hand moved in the motion of drawing it, it's all good. This is not the episode to get competitive on.
It's
so,
really not.
no, it's not. Man, yeah, what a game! This Splatoon 2. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you used to play it.
That's something that I'm glad you brought up, because the final Splatfest for Splatoon 2 has happened, and so many people were posting online like, "Oh, R.I.P. Splatoon 2. I guess the game's over." It's like, no, the game continues on. You realize this? Like, until the
Right.
servers shut down, you can keep playing this.
Yeah, but
How is the
you want to?
community? Do people still play it?
They have. Actually, I was playing it about a day or two ago. I was like getting nostalgic and everything, and jumped in there, and you can still find matches very easily. Like, the community's still going strong for it.
Dope. Real quick, little behind the scenes, David, keep that mug away from your microphone.
Okay, we'll do.
I don't want to edit that out all night. Okay, so anyway, yeah, the community's still going.
And I feel like this is one of those games that was made for redo episodes, because when we first had this on episode 74, it's like, yeah, the game's out. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's everything you loved about the first Splatoon, but slightly better. Now, things are a little bit different. Splatfests are over. They have a DLC expansion, the Octo expansion, which is incredible because it basically fixes the problems that the game had. Like, the game's single player was fun and enjoyable, little light on content, little light on story. The Octo expansion is amazing. It's significantly more difficult. It's more challenging. The main single player, it's just kind of like those weird platforming levels. This breaks everything down into weird little challenges. It reminds me of Portal, where you kind of go through every room and there's okay, here's a fun little challenge, beat that, okay, on to the next room. And the game adds a lot of story, and I know a lot of people don't play Splatoon for the story, but if you are looking for it, it's there. The final boss is insane, and they tied into the final boss of the Octo expansion in the final Splatfest, which was one of the coolest references and one of the best damn things ever as a fan. Plus, you get to play as Octolings. It doesn't really change anything, but they're adorable, and now you have that feature.
Yeah, no, that sounds exactly like what they should be doing. I mean, seriously, Portal is a great thing to model your gun shooting puzzle-ish platforming game on. I'm glad they added that in. Never played it, but I'm glad that it's there because yeah, I like Splatoon 2. It's the first Splatoon I played. It's charming. It's cool. I like most things about it. It's kind of it came and went. Something else popped to the system, and then once it was like, I keep missing these Splatfests. Oh, now the Splatfests are over. That's kind of a letdown. It doesn't seem like it's that hard for Nintendo to crank these things out and really enrich this community. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. I guess they can't come up with easy comparison things to I don't know, theme tournaments around every few weeks. I don't know. They should have more of those. It was so simple. Ketchup versus, was it mayonnaise?
It was ketchup versus mayonnaise.
That's a weird one to debate. I would have gone ketchup versus mustard just for the striking colors, but the mayonnaise was fun because it looked like you were coming all over those stages. It was gooey.
I was going to say,
I think the reason of ketchup versus mayonnaise was it's about what you dip your fries in, right? However, have you tried dipping your fries in Dijon mustard? It's amazing. And probably
I've dipped my fries in everything, John.
Whoa. Dipped your fries in a Wendy's Frosty.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Unquestionable.
Dipped your fries in Taco Bell black beans.
Yeah.
Taco Bell served black beans? I mean,
Those
I've gotten the taco
fries.
I've gotten the nacho fries. I haven't really dipped them in a whole lot of things. I don't care for Taco Bell's fries. But I mean, yeah, John, sauce-wise, the debate, there's no real debate. All sauces are great. That's the problem. That's, if you're doing ketchup, ketchup versus mayonnaise, mustard versus fucking, relish,
mustard versus
salsa
Frosties.
versus salsa versus gravy. I mean, it's just no, it's all good. Dip anything you want, baby.
Oh my God. That got me thinking of Thanksgiving with salsa on my turkey.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
See, I fill my turkey. I fill my turkey with French fries and then dip the whole thing in a fryer full of salsa.
Oh,
And dude, it comes out pretty great.
oh
And
my
then from that, you make the gravy.
deep fried turkey, and instead of stuffing, it's stuffed with French fries. Oh, the whole thing's done in like 45 minutes, and it's delicious. Oh, that sounds great.
It's phenomenal.
Ah,
But that doesn't come up in Splatoon 2, does it, David?
Actually, I was going to say, it's like, I love that you went to the ketchup versus mayonnaise Splatfest, because I believe you brought that up the last time we discussed this game, because I distinctly remember you asking, where the fuck is mustard?
Yeah, I mean,
The redo episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes. That goes to show you how many of those Splatfests I played in the time since this game's release and the time of you using it on the show like a week after its release. That's how many Splatfests I played. I still remember ketchup versus mayonnaise. So, oh well. Keep going, David. Tell us more about what was the trivia thing?
Yeah,
Tupac
so,
and Biggie.
Yeah,
They're
so
alive. So it seems
No.
disrespectful.
No, no. But the Octo
They did
expansion,
mocap for this game. Okay.
No,
They're holograms in the game.
Oh yeah. They're the final boss.
The story mode that you download obviously solves their murders.
Oh my god.
No one believes it because it's set in the
What a
world of
twist.
Splatoon. But the Squid Kids have to take down the corrupt police and solve gang violence in America. Whew, it's crazy. They do it with ink bombs.
And they say Nintendo just makes kiddie games that don't say anything.
I'm telling you, man. So anyway, what other rappers are in the game, David?
As I say, so no, that's not what happens at all.
Damn.
But the Octo expansion, you kind of get sort of like the backstory to Pearl and Marina, the like main hosts, kind of like Callie and Marie from the first game, and they redesign them. And Marina gets like the Tupac look. She has the bandana kind of tied up on her head and wears like the wife beater shirt. And Pearl gets, who is the shorter, whiter one, gets the Biggie Smalls look, where she has the crown like off kiltered, wears a giant baggy sweater and a huge medallion. The whole like Octo expansion mode, like it really does kind of go all in on the 80s, 90s hip hop references. Like you ride a subway getting to the various things. A lot of the subway stations are the various levels you go to, and they have like very old school hip hop references or like 80s references. There's a lot of neon. Oddly enough, it all has kind of like a grungy industrial 80s aesthetic. And like I said, a lot of the levels are really fun. They're challenging. You have basic things like, oh, you have to get to the end, but you have a limited amount of ink. Or here's a set of boxes. You have to shoot them into a shape. Like you have to shoot all these boxes to make a certain shape. There's one station in particular which can fuck right off, where you have to fight like wave after wave of octolings coming at you. It is very difficult. I beat it once on like my 20th try. Never gonna do it again. Because again, like if you played Splatoon 2's single player, it's like, it was fun. It's a little easy. The Octo expansion will kick your ass.
Yeah, good.
It's a fun challenge.
That's what DLC should do. It should be there for people that want it. Yeah. Are there any like rhythm-based sections, rap battles?
I wish sincerely there were rap battles. Sadly, there are not.
Does so you're riding the subway, like are the stages set in like project housing? Like is there any like I mean, who's the Splatoon version of Jay-Z? Like, can you see somebody like selling crack and then spray him with your gun?
Can you hold the gun sideways?
Yeah, is there like a Grand Theft Auto kind of mode where you go around stealing cars and spotting paint out as you like drive by paintballing or whatever?
You might call that Grand Theft Octo, and that would be the greatest DLC in the history of video games. Can we get a full GTA-based DLC for Splatoon that just... I'll just take even Liberty City from Grand Theft Auto 3, but you can traverse the whole thing as Splatoon characters and have a set of single-player Mafia challenges, and then like an online multiplayer thing where you're in the city of fucking whatever, Liberty City, Squidberty City. I think that should happen.
I feel like someone could probably mod.
That's for Squidberty
Not
City.
that great, John.
I do love that because there's Pearl Marina, they're the new fresh talent. They're just like Biggie and Tupac, and then there is Captain Cuttlefish, like the older character, and when you see him, he's dressed up in like a tracksuit with a big medal and wearing sneakers, so he's kind of the Run DMC of the Splatoon universe. I do appreciate that they kept the we're gonna have hip-hop references, we're gonna style the older guy towards Run DMC.
Is it only dead rappers? I mean, like Biggie, Tupac, Jam Master Jay, did they choose anyone for this game that wasn't murdered?
I'm gonna have to do some research and get back to you.
I'm gonna need a list of rappers they reference, and I'm gonna need to cross-reference it with rappers that have died horrific deaths. Because if you encounter an old dirty bastard of an urchin who swallows a big condom full of cocaine and then has a heart attack at some point in the Octo expansion, we got a problem here, man.
Holy
That's fucking
shit.
depraved.
That's some crazy stuff.
See, this is what I get for trying to be like, hey, they have a Run DMC reference. That'll get John kind of engaged. Everyone is dead?
Well, I mean,
I know what
All
happened to
right,
Jam
cool.
Master Jay.
This went horribly.
so one,
R.I.P.
David, hold on. What's the goal to get John engaged? Because you definitely did. I think you just didn't get the engagement you wanted. But
You just,
the criteria
excuse
of
me
is
for
John
recognizing that this game is based on dead rappers. I mean, it's kind of fucked up.
But based on the criteria of is John engaged, in fact, these two in extracurricular research to know whether they're alive or dead means he's very fucking engaged.
Yeah. They need to keep up the DLC as more and more rappers get killed. Is all I'm saying. Yeah. There's gonna be new DLC for XXX Tentacion. It's gonna be great.
God, what a dark DLC campaign that is.
Yeah, it's already dark, John. That's the point. It's grimy and dingy. It's taking place in squid subways, and there's everybody's cosplaying as dead rappers. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Squidberty City and Squibro and
It's. I mean, do you want me to spoil the Octo expansion storyline?
Yeah.
Because
Yes, of course I do.
well, because talking about it already gets dark. So your goal is to go and collect these things, and once you collect them, they turn into a giant blender. And the whole challenging thing is we want to find the best octolings we possibly can, so we can put them into a blender, grind them into paste, and then use that to create new octolings for our army. And you're trying to figure out who's doing it. Everything's been given to you by this phone, like an old rotary style phone. And what you find out is that phone is an AI from human times, because Splatoon is a post-apocalyptic game after all humans have been wiped out. So that AI is the last remnants of human technology trying to find whatever species is going to be the best to take over the world.
Weird.
Wow.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, Splatoon is like Kirby. When you look at what the story is, it's fucked up, man.
I mean, it's funny because that also sounds exactly like what happened to Scott LaRock from Boogie Down Productions. It's crazy the way these rappers die, man. These guys have really done their research. It's cool. It's dark.
Integrated in some kind of artificial intelligence, what? That's amazing.
Yeah, John, that's what I'm saying.
Is he Skynet? Is this Skynet? It sounds like it's
Skynet Scott LaRock. That's exactly what happened. That guy's been dead for a long time, and they don't talk about what happened to him. And I'm glad that Splatoon's bringing things like this up, man. People need to know. It's part of our cultural history. Well, not really. It's Japan making these things, so
it should be part of our cultural history. It's things we should
Indeed.
all know. Much like Watchmen taught me about the 1921, bombing and you know what I mean. We'll move on.
Right. I understand. There's important things that need to be known, like rappers who were murdered and then later honored in Splatoon 2. Rest in peace, Scott LaRock, and all the other things that have come back as Splatoon references. David, anything else on Splatoon 2 or early 90s rap? Is there a character in the game named Big L? I'm just trying to think of other rappers that have been killed.
No
Big L.
If that's what your goal is, I'm gonna move on quickly.
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Pitter patter, let's
Game
get at her.
2.
Nice.
Alright, so in 2017, a prototype of this game was found at a flea market featuring an unused song that was likely removed from the final build due to licensing reasons. All right, guys. Let's see some answers. So, oh wow. All right. So Jesse says, I don't feel comfortable talking about Moonwalker. David says Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and John says John J. Smith's Canceled Forever game. That's correct. This is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega Genesis.
Great, John.
John, be 100% honest with me. You chose that game knowing we'd get a hat trick so you could play that sound.
No, honestly, I had a different game picked, and then I'm going to pull back that curtain a little bit. John tweeted earlier today and tagged me in a post where he mentioned Michael Jackson, and it made me decide to do this. So
Don't blame me for this.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just letting you know that actions have consequences. But no, I got to think of Michael Jackson. I was like, yeah, that is a pretty sweet fucking soundtrack. And I love that game. Why don't I just do that? I'm just going to do that. So, Michael
Let's
Jackson's
see.
Moonwalker.
Maybe because it's been well discussed on this show, John. It came up a number of times, even in episodes in which you did not select it. It's fascinatingly well covered by this show.
It's so good, though. You know, for the people that have not tuned in previous episodes where I've discussed this game, it is great. You are Michael Jackson. You're trying to save a bunch of kids from getting hooked on drugs. You're running around. You're saving kids from behind doors and bushes and tombstones and things like that. And when you find all the kids on the level, Bubbles the monkey flies in on a shooting star and points you to the boss, where Joe Pesci walks out and yells at you for a little bit. And then you fight an onslaught of enemies. One level includes fighting a bunch of dogs, which is pretty weird when you say it out loud. And the final boss...
I like how that's the weird thing about what you have said so far.
The final boss is that you turn into a spaceship and shoot down Joe Pesci's spaceship. And yeah, on certain levels, you can find a shooting star and turn into the Michael Jackson robot, which is like kind of cool, but also kind of lame, because when you're the robot, you can't actually rescue the kids and finish the level. All you can do is fly around and shoot enemies for a while, and that's it. So it's like a bonus round to get a high score, except who gives a shit about the high score? I don't know. It's boom. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker in 60 seconds or so by John Regan.
Game 3.
No.
Ah,
I couldn't do that.
You gotta let us shame you a little bit, John. Have any documentaries come out since the last time we featured this on the show?
So 2 questions. 1, when is the last time that we have featured this? And then 2,
episode 21, John.
Wow, it's been a while. Okay.
It was the 100th game we used on the show.
How
So,
unfortunate.
what year was that? Like, what doc? I don't know if any documents have. Honestly, I might be a little bit out of touch. If a documentary has come out between then and now, I really don't know about it, and I'm a little concerned that there might be some revelations in that documentary that maybe I missed out on.
You really didn't
boy.
hear about
Yeah.
any of that.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
John, have you signed up for Disney Plus?
We're using a friend's account, so yes.
Okay. You watched some of that Simpsons?
Not on Disney Plus, no.
Oh, well, there's almost every episode available on Disney Plus except for one.
What?
Right?
No, I did not know this. Why is that not on there?
Is it the episode where they visit New York and that prominently features the World Trade Center?
No, that episode is on there. That episode is just fine.
So
It's,
what could be worse than a terrorist incident?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Could it be the one
A
where...
diddling scandal?
Yeah, a diddling scandal got in the way, and
Oh.
there's an episode of The Simpsons where a man voiced by a prominent pop singer spends this pretty much the entire episode hanging out with a couple of kids. John, you really didn't hear about any of the revelations involved in Leaving Neverland?
No, I honestly haven't.
John,
Yeah, real bad. Real bad.
it's bad.
Oh, shit.
Very
It's
bad.
real fucking bad. He is thoroughly canceled.
Oh.
Canceled to the point that the Simpsons producers came together and pulled the episode for good, for all future DVD releases even.
Whoa.
It's over, man.
No more Captain Eon or EO, whatever.
Captain
It's so
EO.
canceled.
Okay, so real talk. I missed out on all of this. Like I had no idea. Like, oh god.
Yeah, he's way canceled, John. Like way canceled.
I could pick a new game real quick. Like that.
No, it's okay, John. This is right in line. I mean, you could try and come up with something by the end of the episode, but no, this is whew. Man, see, and also you talked about that thing on Twitter earlier. That was, it was a Smash Bros. Almost like shit post asking you to pick 5 new characters for the game as your new Fighters Pass. And the last category was joke character parentheses the stupidest thing possible. And that's where I wrote Michael Jackson and tagged you.
I know.
So, not only stupid in the sense that it would be a terrible inclusion in Smash Brothers, but it would be stupid on the part of the Smash Brothers producers to include the character. That was kind of the joke I was driving at. Though, in fairness, Moonwalker Michael Jackson would be kind of a fun Smash Brothers character. He could throw his hat, he could dance a lot, kick some sparkles. But, the one thing I'll say, I would like to see a Final Smash that makes all the other characters dance alongside the character. Other than that, no, John. This shit is over.
Final Smash is
super canceled.
Is a Final Smash, Ultimate Smash, whatever it's called. You turn into the Michael Jackson robot. Shooting Star comes in, turn into him. Boom, 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 boom. Destroy everybody.
And then you get arrested.
When you're fighting him, everyone else's Final Smashes, they watch Leaving Neverland, and he's canceled from the rest of the match.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So let's just pause here. And let's say that I picked Super Mario All-Stars. How about
let's
about
not
that?
Oh, jeez, John. This is a necessary discussion about canceled games, cancel culture, and your need to just constantly be a provocateur.
I gotta keep up with this shit.
Yeah, you do, man. That Jesus
God
God.
damn it.
You got any R. Kelly games you want to feature on the show?
I was gonna say you really need to keep your finger on the pulse of Michael Jackson. I mean, that's a hot news topic on a constant basis.
What's hot on the street? Yeah, seriously, the fact that he was a news topic 10 years after his death. It's I can't believe you didn't hear about this, John. I'm glad for you that you didn't watch the documentary. I didn't either. I heard enough about it to know I didn't want to watch it. I was fine being done with the guy. So
I can't believe that they pulled that episode of The Simpsons. I mean, I can believe it, but
see,
damn.
I don't mean to question you, John, but I wonder why they pulled it. If it was because of that, or if it was because of licensing Michael Jackson's voice was too expensive or something. Because
it was thoroughly because of that.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I know that in that episode Michael Jackson doesn't sing because they could only afford to hire his speaking voice and not his singing voice.
Yeah, his double is the one doing the singing. No, they made press releases yep, we pretty much once everybody saw fucking the Leaving Neverland documentary, it was okay, yeah, everything that we ever did involving this guy, we're sorry, and we're gonna just kind of pull it from rotation. I don't think a lot of radio stations have pulled his music because it's just prolific and whatever. But The Simpsons made it pretty clear they were pulling that episode from rotation, in all syndication markets, on all streaming services. That episode's gone.
That's hardcore because Disney Plus has stuff that has that warning at the beginning saying, "Hey, by the way,
the
this
50s were a weird time."
Yeah,
right.
Lady and the Tramp
But none of the warnings are warning. This movie contains someone who's charged with pedophilia.
Right.
Yeah, so you think they could just slap a warning in front of that episode of The Simpsons, but I guess not. I guess ooh, all right.
It's kind of gross.
I got some Googling I got to do. That's because, I'm way up.
Whoa.
No,
whoa.
I mean, really.
That is not the phrase you want to be using.
This is getting worse.
I got some internet searches I got to do.
Got to coordinate with Pete Townsend and do some internet searching.
That one's also going over my head right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't Google it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just stay off of Google, especially stay off Bing. Just Just
Woo.
get off the internet.
Oh boy.
Indeed.
Well,
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
all right. So I guess I'm never playing this game
I
again.
think if there's anything else, man.
Yeah. I'm pulling this game from my shelf of my favorite Genesis games. And moving on to game 3. End of an era.
R.I.P. Moonwalker.
Game 3.
Not expect that.
So, in an early build of this game, in one of the characters' houses, there was a picture of Donkey Kong. However, it was replaced with a picture of the main character's sister. All right, play that hat trick sound.
Whoops.
Not that one.
Or just keep playing the song. Jeez. All right, we got Banjo Kazooie from John, Banjo Kazooie from David, and
Oh,
Conker's
Shit.
bad fur. Holy shit,
The
Johnny!
poop song. Oh, that threw me off. All the fart sounds. Made me think it was Conker.
You know,
Yeah, okay, but then did you listen to the last song?
No, I wrote it down. I was like, okay, I'm good. Son of a bitch.
Johnny, I'd expect no less. Sorry for throwing you for a loop on that last one. It clearly influenced your thinking. Man, Banjo Kazooie.
Oh,
What a classic.
so good.
Yep. Great pick.
I think the main reason I picked it was I've been playing Smash Brothers every now and then, and just I love playing as Banjo Kazooie on that game. Like he's like one of my, I would say, top 5 perfect Smash Bro characters. Like he's just, for me, when the way I play, like there's characters I like to play as, and then there's characters I think I'm pretty okay with, and it's like Kirby and Banjo. Like I love playing as Simon, but I get fucking kicked in the face still. I love playing as Mega Man, still get fucked. But when I play as Banjo or Kirby, I feel like I have a chance, and just and the way they do Smash Brothers characters is they just have them, play like they would play in their games, but in Smash Brothers, and it's so cool how they do it.
No, they did a fantastic job with them. And the only thing that I don't like as a guy that doesn't play as Banjo Kazooie very much is playing against Banjo Kazooie and having to deal with those goddamn gold feathers.
Oh,
Other
yeah.
than that, love the character. What a guy. Or what a team. Yeah, no, I do love just the what was it? There was a video that came out. Did you probably David saw this? Where when you're doing the like standard A attack, like you do the the punch, and then you start pecking his Kazooie. If you hold down A, like it does the rapid attack that hits for chip damage or whatever. Did you see the video where they determined that is that attack, the pecs sync up perfectly with the Banjo Kazooie theme song?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's
oh yeah, I did.
crazy. It's like, but in pecking form, and it's just like, how? Like, how did they get that much attention to detail? Like, that's crazy.
I wish I had whatever Masahiro Sakurai smokes. Because he's sitting like in his little Japanese cubicle office. They're like, okay, so you want like Banjo Kazooie to have a rapid attack? It's like, make it sound like a banjo.
Yeah. Oh, we can't make it sound like a banjo. It's like make it perfectly in rhythm with the song that Grant Kirkhope is making for the soundtrack. Okay, boss, we can do that. So, like,
I'm not sure what you're asking. I said do it.
Yeah. He's very Mr. Burns casino. Just Sakurai with tissue boxes on his feet and jars of urine all around him. No, it's not a Howard Hughes thing. It's a Mr. Burns casino thing.
I love the idea of Sakurai being Mr. Burns, with Sakurai, which is like a vulture perched behind him.
Do as I say. Yep, I can see it. Because, I mean, how else do you get things done when it comes to Smash Bros. Stuff? I mean, Jesus God. He's got so much to do. He's got to be a bit of a, I don't know, mogul. Like a, almost a dictatorial figure, right? I mean, he can't just be a nice guy.
I don't know. He seems like a pretty chill dude. But
that's the key. So does Mr. Burns. And
I remember
then
when
drops you down a pit or drops a weight on your head.
I remember when I got Banjo and Kazooie and first started playing him in Smash Brothers, I had a very up and down feeling. Because, like, obviously I sat down, it's like, played through classic mode, played some matches. It's like, okay, he's cool, but, like, I don't see what the huge appeal is. Like, I get he's a fun character, but he's not, like, I don't get it. Like, everybody's talking about how amazing he is and how wonderful and how great. It's like, he seems like he's a normal Smash Brothers character that's been there since the beginning. And that's when it dawned on me. It's like, yeah, Banjo and Kazooie probably should have been in this game series from the beginning. Like, he feels
Yeah.
like an N64 character in Smash Brothers. Like, oh yeah, because he would have been an N64 character in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, God, yeah, that would have been perfect because he wouldn't have had that fucking Wonder Wing attack. There was no side B attacks in the original Smash Bros, so it would have been perfect. We need to, deprogram him and put him back into that original game. Like, I'd be fully in support of that. Smash Brothers 64 re-release for, I don't know, like the Switch Online free Nintendo 64 game service featuring D-made characters from Smash Ultimate. That can't be that hard.
You know,
I don't see what the problem is.
so that whole side B thing, that still gets me every time I play a new Smash Brothers game. I forget the side B attacks are a thing. Like, I
Right.
go and I just want to do a B attack while moving, and I have to, like, remind myself, no, John, ever since
Right.
everything after Smash Brothers 64, this is a thing that you gotta, it's a
Yeah.
different move now.
No, see, I have the problem when I go back to play Smash Brothers 64. I'm like, throwing side Bs, and it's just like, oh, wait, nope, that's not what that does.
Where is Link's
Shoot.
bow?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
God. Yeah, no, Banjo has belonged in Smash all along. I'm glad that he's finally in. And, love all the music they had in Smash Brothers. We're not talking about Smash Brothers, though. We are talking about Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Yes.
Right. Cool.
Which
So
have
when's the
been
last
playing
time you
again.
played Banjo-Kazooie?
This afternoon, on the Xbox.
Oh, of
Part
course.
of the Rare Replay collection.
And is that on Game Pass too? Good God.
Yeah, it is. Oh man. So you can play
Wow.
Jet Force Gemini and stuff like that.
All right, fine. David's going to buy that Xbox.
Hey, also,
You got him.
just so you know, the Jet Force Gemini has a new control scheme to fit your Xbox controller. So, like, it plays a little bit better. Like,
It's actually like a twin stick shooter, and you can shoot using the trigger buttons.
It doesn't have like that weird strafing to it.
Yeah, it's just been optimized a little bit better for the controller. But
Yeah, good.
But Banjo-Kazooie is still great. I just got to Treasure Trove Bay, and
Cove. It rhymes, man. Come on.
it's so very just charming and wonderful.
What's your favorite stage in Banjo-Kazooie?
Oh,
Go around the horn, Jesse. What's your favorite?
That springtime one. That's really good.
Click Clock Wood.
Yeah, there we go. Click Clock Wood. That one's good.
David, what do you say?
It's getting to be that time of year, so maybe it's just the season, but I'm nostalgic for that Freeze Easy Peak.
Yep, that's a great pick. It's also my pick. Johnny, what do you got, man?
Oh man, so there was
Oh boy.
fuck. No, there's a beach level, and I remember there was some puzzle that
Just said
had
it.
like there's some secret or Easter egg in the beach level where you ground pound a bunch of letters, right? And
Yep.
like there's regular puzzle in there, but I remember there's some Easter egg that came out like a year after the game came out. They're like, "Hey guys, did you know that if you pound these letters, you get like something?" God, I don't remember what it was though.
Cool.
Mhm.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm looking it up now, trying to figure this out.
Well, while Johnny's doing that, yes, he is talking about Treasure Trove Cove, and I do remember the Easter egg he's talking about. I don't remember what you had to spell, but yes, that game's just rich with Easter eggs, some of which don't get paid off in that game and barely get paid off in future versions of the game. Like, come on, we all remember the ice key. I mean,
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
love that
Was
key.
it the puzzle in Treasure Trove Cove where you got a new like transformation where you turned into a washing machine?
I mean, you definitely got that from Mumbo at some point, but
I seem to remember like you had to do like a ground pound puzzle, and then you could turn into a washing machine.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember if the ground pound puzzle was involved in that, but yeah, I remember that setup. It's like a room that's like top down. It looks almost like a slide puzzle with letters in it. You got to ground pound them and spell something.
It's underwater
But,
at first.
Oh yeah, you got to drain the room and then start ground pounding them.
I just got to
but,
that part.
Yeah, no, in terms of where Mumbo accidentally turns into the washing machine, I don't remember where that is. I love that that's in there and it serves no purpose. Like, what a guy. That Mumbo Jumbo. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So there was a thing called Shark Food Island that's like submerged in the water, and I
Yep.
think on Treasure Trove Cove you can type in cheat out of the sea rises to reveal more secret prizes, and it rises out of the sea, and then you can go into it and go to a stop and swap, or there's a stop and swap bag or whatever that is. But that is a long cheat code. Like, you have to ground pound each individual letter. What
Okay, yeah, I definitely did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Jesus God. I thought you were going to say it'd spell out like mumbo. It's like, I remember. No, don't. Wow. Impressive. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a big secret thing to unlock, what's his face? The cheat book. Cheeto. He was cool. It's a book that gives you cheats for the game. I mean, I miss cheats. Whatever happened to cheats? Like being programmed into games, like, some of my best gaming memories involve cheats, especially back in those Nintendo 64 days, or maybe not even cheats, but just codes. I mean, did you call everything in GoldenEye a cheat, or was it a code? I mean, like DK mode, paintball mode, cheats or codes? I don't know.
I remember calling them cheats.
Oh my God! Right. I found the list of cheats for Banjo-Kazooie for Treasure Trove Cove. They all rhyme, and they're all very long. Like, they're so...
Hit us, John. Let's hear them.
All right, so would you like to, let's see here, remove the ice cube blocking Freezy Z Peak? Type in cheat, it's your lucky day, as the ice ball melts away.
Whoa.
Or Mad Monster, if you want to unlock the Mad Monster Mansion level, cheat at the Jiggy Snowman, Oh my God, what does this say? Sorry, it's all spelled out. It's one big word. It's really hard to read.
One big word, right.
At the Jiggy Snow made hole into the mansion you can stroll.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, okay. See, these are so crazy, they undo my desire to cheat. Like,
cheat.
That's fascinating.
Smash Grunty Face's eye. It's cheat. Grunty will cry, and now you've smashed her eye. Like... Who would ever figure this out on their own? Like, how would you know any of these unless a Rare employee, like, your uncle that works at Rare came to your house and told you about them?
That had to be in a player's guide somewhere. Like, you can't just assume that, anybody's even going to think to type in cheats at that fucking puzzle. I don't know. What do I know? Banjo-Kazooie's great, though. I kind of wish they could right the ship on this series. I wish like Microsoft could just like sell it back to people who are willing to make new Banjo-Kazooie games. Like, Ukulele's all well and good. Get Banjo-Kazooie back to fucking, the Platonic gang. I said it's all well and good. It's it's not Banjo-Kazooie. There's people out there that will honor this series.
I feel like I need to go back and play Banjo-Kazooie because I remember enjoying it, but I don't know, maybe it was because I never had it and I just kind of rented it, but I don't remember this game being so high up as everybody else. Like, everyone else seems to love this game and I enjoyed it, but I don't know. Yes, Jesse, as you make passive facial expressions to dismiss me for our podcast listeners. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I enjoyed it. It's just maybe because I never owned it, I didn't get that kind of love that everybody else did.
You do need to have more than 5 days with it. Like, 5, 5 consecutive days or whatever more. Not just like taking your chance on renting the same copy at Blockbuster again. Because it's kind of gave me especially as a kid, you had to put in time and learn your way around, and there was so much stuff to collect and so much fun stuff to explore, and you just wanted to kind of there were times when you just wanted to goof about and use your fun flying ability and see how high you could fly and the levels and stuff like that. The game's great. It's up there in the Nintendo 64 like platforming pantheon. So I think rightly so. It's probably not aged perfectly. Obviously, what game from that era has, but I think I think the game's a fucking blast. Like, it's a lot of fun. And see, but that's the thing. I'm a Donkey Kong 64 defender, and everybody knows the Donkey Kong 64 is just Banjo-Kazooie times 5. So it's it's just a little I don't know, it's a little tough to go back to these things.
It's
but
5
it was
collectathons. And collectathons I feel like have from like Nintendo 64 collectathons have not aged well.
No, not particularly. You gotta do a little more on the puzzles these days versus just walking and grabbing things. So
But man,
maybe they can make a new Banjo-Kazooie that has a little bit more of the puzzle aspect, some jumping puzzles and whatnot. A little bit less of the music notes and the Jinjos and the Jiggies and the feathers and the eggs and the grenade eggs and the Mumbo statues and the bear statues and
I am glad that like Ukulele and A Hat in Time, like there are games where if you want that 3D platformer collectathon, they still exist, and I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah, but you know what?
I still need to get A Hat in Time.
You know what doesn't exist is memorable cheat codes. Like give the bear lots of air if you want to get infinite air in Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I feel like I did remember that one. That had to be published in Nintendo Power at some point.
And what's crazy is, Rare was doing that since like Donkey Kong Country, right? Because I remember down on Y, also known as Diddy, D-U-I-D-D-Y, being a code in Donkey Kong Country to like unlock a bonus level or something like that.
Right.
Like,
I just did that. I was playing Donkey Kong Country over at my nephew's house. He's got the SNES Classic, and I started right before I started a new game. I did the barrel code on the the game select thing, and then we're playing, and he like died a couple times. He's like, "Wait, do we have 50?" I'm like, "Yeah, we have 50 lives." It's like, "How do?" Huh? I'm like, don't worry about it, kid. Yeah, I didn't even tell him. I just blew his fucking mind. Probably should have just told him, but whatever. I like being mysterious. Uncle John knows how to get 50 lives. He'll never fucking tell his secrets.
Uncle John, who knows the shit out of Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm finally that uncle that works at Nintendo as far as these kids are concerned. So
I just got you 50 lives in Donkey Kong Country. Oh, that's amazing. Don't worry. Pretty soon we're going to play Contra, and I'm going to blow your fucking mind.
Mm-hmm. Just wait, kid. I'm going to get you Sim City on the SNES. Oh, boy. Your budget numbers are going to look great at the end of the year. Don't you worry about planning a thing. Anyway, Jesse, anything else on Banjo-Kazooie? Yes, one of the top N64 collectathon platformers.
How does Kazooie shoot eggs out of her mouth and her butt?
Man.
Game 4.
Game 4.
Okay, so a bonus level in this game that tasks the player with collecting 1 million roses is not a joke and can actually be completed, leading many hardcore fans of this game to modify their controllers to manipulate the joysticks to do it automatically for them. How's everybody feeling?
Lovely.
Pretty great.
Meow meow.
Johnny, you want to be more specific?
Yeah, I'm gonna write what Jesse just said.
All right, so Johnny has changed his answer to properly say "We love Katamari," as do same thing with Jesse and David. It's a hat trick. Yes, Johnny, you have to say more than just Katamari. God damn it!
Well, what was the name of the first game? Oh, Katamari Damacy.
Katamari Damacy.
Yep, nope. I realized that as soon as the words came out of my mouth. That's my bad.
Yeah. What's that word that always comes after Katamari for the most part? Not really, actually, only in that first game. Katamari Damacy, We Live Katamari, Katamari Forever, Touch My Katamari, yada, yada, yada. So Katamari is the key word in the whole series. But the series, the game is not merely called Katamari. So that's like the dark and gritty reboot that'll come out here in a few years, directed by Christopher Nolan. Just
Oh
Katamari.
God, I have never wanted anything less in my life than the gritty reboot of Katamari Damacy.
That sounds great.
Snyder cut.
No, it fucking doesn't.
Katamari Snyder cut.
Oh,
Oh God, Batman v Katamari, Dawn of Damacy. I mean,
Christian
God.
Bale
If we
as the
keep
Katamari
going down
guy.
this hole, I will quit the show.
Oh man, no, I'm titillated by that prospect, but no, thankfully this series I believe lays dormant. Thank God, because it can't be hurt anymore. It's a great series. It had a good run. The original creator jumped off that train pretty early on, and it's I don't know, it's a lovable series. I chose the second entry because I was going to choose the first entry because I just felt like going back and playing some music that I fucking love for this episode, no matter how obvious it is. And I love the fucking Katamari series. And then I listened to the episode in which I used Katamari Damacy, and sure enough, I used like my 3 favorite songs from the game in that episode. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll pick songs from We Love Katamari. Those are still just as good, but yeah, what a series, what a soundtrack, what a great game.
Actually, didn't you? I know you mentioned that the creator left earlier. Wasn't We Love Katamari his last game? Didn't he quit after the second game?
I think he quit before this one even.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't want to do this one, which is ironic because the second one is all about people reacting to okay, no, I'm sorry, he did make the second one. He jumped off after that, so he didn't make Katamari Forever or anything subsequently. I was gonna say, because that would be very odd, because the second game is all about how much people love the first game. It's like, hey, that was great, can you do more like that? All the levels are just people can you make me a Katamari? It's like, yeah, I guess. Fuck yeah. we'll do it. And then, and I say that we need a dark and gritty prequel to Katamari, but we kind of already got that with We Love Katamari because it explores the origins of the King of all Cosmos. I don't remember the story offhand, but you get to see a bunch of adorable cutscenes with the little young king, and how he has problems with his papa, and then falls in love with the lady that he marries, and I don't know. It's God damn, it's wacky. I love it. I mean, I feel like there's something, some kind of significant falling out in the king's family involving a strawberry shortcake. I don't know. It's just, just Japanese as hell, and I love it. It's just the best. But yeah, and the games are charming. Bigger levels, crazier crap. More Katamari cousins to roll up. Loved all the princess cousins. It's just a game with a lot of charm. And I think every time that I've brought this series up on the show, I've talked about the next game that the guy is going to make for the series. That guy who has a name, and it is Keita Takahashi. He's been working on, and I still think it's yet to be released. I feel like he's been working on it, since for the last 6 years. It's called Watum, and it's supposed to be like an interactive like VR game where you're like stacking weird things and there's clouds that poop rainbows and all the typical stuff you'd expect from the developer of the Katamari games. And now that I've said that stall long enough, apparently, yes, so Wattam is slated for release this week. It's coming out on December 17th. So
Wow.
time for Wattam,
Timing.
folks. Get ready. Yeah. That's really why I chose this. It's because I'm honoring the upcoming release of Wattam for the PlayStation 4. Yeah.
Although I
need
do
to
want
look
to go
into that.
back because you were talking about the Prince of all Cosmos and all of his cousins. Didn't they do like they created those for a multiplayer mode? Wasn't there a multiplayer or like a co-op mode in We Love Katamari?
Yeah, which I don't recall that going all that well because there was definitely a co-op mode where you could both put your they call it a co-op mode, but it used one controller. So what do you really have here? But two cousins, two sticks.
Oh my god.
One controller. But no, then there's also a cooperative mode with two controllers. But you still have to work together to maneuver one Katamari. So it's not like two Katamaris going in the same area. It's you frustratingly working with a friend to try and roll one ball.
So there's no like split screen co-op. It's just you have a stick, I have a stick. Let's
I don't remember
argue about this.
There was one. There was definitely a versus mode. And I can't remember. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's in the first game and in this game. There's also a versus mode, but no, there's no split screen co-op, which really is a shame because just imagine how terrifying it is for those little, cute little Japanese people with one Katamari rolling around, let alone two. Like, it would be just fantastic. Just the mayhem that would be caused by people being sandwiched by Katamaris and just God, I think they need to make a
movie.
An MMO, man. It's about
Oh, MMO. Okay.
yeah, just constant, just so many Katamaris going on, and the mission is to eventually roll up an entire Earth's worth of stuff. I think would be fantastic, and you could it could be Grand Theft Katamari. You could be like fucking rolling around. You can just like suck up other players who have smaller Katamaris than you. I mean, come on, that'd be a blast. But more accurately, it's probably a very
But can you go bowling
task
with your cousin?
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect. You're playing as a guy who's got plenty of cousins. You can go bowling with your Katamari. It makes perfect sense. Prince, it's your cousin. Bring your Katamari. We're going bowling. Prince, it's little Jacob. I need you to roll up on the guns. Yeah. This is the FBI agent, and you're working for me now. You're going undercover with your Katamari, and you got to roll up the drugs and do some morally questionable things.
Now, the real question is, can you get your Katamaris over to Squidberty City?
See, yeah. Oh, man. The Katamari Splatoon crossover that takes place in Squidberty City would be just fucking phenomenal. Like, just
That
imagine
actually would be cool if it was like, a co-op Splatoon mode where there's a Katamari coming at you and you have to focus all of your fire on the Katamari to push it backwards.
Yes. Or, you can just, there's a Katamari mode where you're like, picking up as many things as possible to make the Katamari as big as possible, but then it could be sprayed with Splatoon goo, and as it's rolling around collecting more things, whoever's sprayed it with more goo, it covers more of the levels. So it's kind of like an all-time quarterback in touch football. Like whoever's got more of their color goo on the Katamari as it completes its mission, it helps them win the mayonnaise and ketchup Splatfest. Oh, god damn, it's wacky.
Or we just do the crossover where there's a new Splatoon super weapon that's just a Katamari and you roll it around, leaving a trail of goo everywhere.
Yes. And then of course that leads to the dark and gritty reboot where fucking super power armored Batman is the king of all cosmos. It's I think it's a fantastic idea, man. There's a lot of
Batman come into this. We're gonna cross over Katamari Damacy and Splatoon. All right, so when Batman shows up,
the Snyder Cut.
It's the Snyder Cut, man. They couldn't get the original director back, so they got Snyder in. Katamari versus Splatoon, Dawn of Damacy, and Squidbirdy Cities, directed by Zack Snyder. It makes sense.
Okay,
Like,
I think we just found our episode
That is
title.
like okay,
Mouthful,
absolutely
though.
yes. And also it's like that makes sense. Like I've never heard anything make less sense in my entire life.
hey, you're not supposed to call shit out like that, man. Jeez. Act like you've been
Kill
here
the
before,
business.
David. Come on. You got to acknowledge the insanity sometimes, man. But yeah, no, the game's a blast. There's a bunch of, fun levels where, you have to roll up specific objects, or like, they have the one where you have to like roll up like and make a snowman head. There's ones where like the mission is to roll up roll up a ball big enough to hit like the biggest of an object. There's one, it's like all bears or like all cows, and like you have to roll up a Katamari and avoid rolling up all the small tiny little bears. You're graded on how big of a bear or cow you can roll up, and so you have to avoid all these other tiny little bears and cows. Like you can literally roll like a foot away in the first like 5 seconds of the thing and roll up like a teddy bear doll, and it's like, well, that's it. Yeah, it's like, wait, what? No, I only got one object. No, don't take me away. But yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun levels, and that leads me to the very necessary tie-breaking lightning round for tonight's episode. Lightning round. All right, fellas. So we're going back in time on GTT, and we're talking about fun levels in Katamari, and it's time to do a little lightning round about themed levels and themed episodes. A little lightning round I like to call GTT or Katamari. I've got a list of themes, and you have to tell me if this is a themed level in Katamari Damacy / We Love Katamari, or a theme for an episode of Game That Tune, or both.
Woo-hoo.
So
it's this,
see.
that, or both.
Yes.
Okay.
And let me just check the scores to see who we should start with. We should naturally start with John Regan because he's got the lowest points.
Yeah.
And then let me work out the order from there.
How?
Cool. Yeah, it's impressive that he hasn't gotten everything right. So, yes, we have to start the lightning round with him. All right, Johnny. GTT or Katamari siblings?
Katamari.
That's correct.
Yeah.
There's a level in Katamari where you're trying to make Gemini and you're rolling up as many siblings as possible.
Right, it was family members. Okay, not specifically siblings.
Right. Well, specifically twins, like twin things.
No, I mean like we had a GTT episode that was family, but not siblings.
Which leads me to my second question, David. Family.
I'm gonna go with GTT.
There was also, it's actually both, because there's an episode where it's all about rolling up all the cousins in Katamari, and We Love Katamari. So, sorry, David, gotcha. Jesse, girls.
Katamari.
That's actually both. We've done episodes about all games where you play as a female protagonist.
Yeah, ladies'
And-
night.
And there's the Katamari level where you're trying to roll up as many girls as possible to make the constellation Virgo. Johnny, school.
GTT.
No, that's Katamari. You've got to roll up as many of the students as possible by a teacher's request.
Man.
That's weird.
All right, David. We'll get you back on track with this one. Bortles.
Game That Tune.
That's correct. There was no Katamari level themed around Blake Bortles.
Sadly.
What?
Unbelievable.
Ugh.
It's going to be in Watam, though. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse. Ninjas.
That's definitely GTT. Yeah, GTT.
That's correct. No ninja-themed level of Katamari Damacy.
That's a damn shame too.
I mean, there really should be. Like, you're in danger of getting your Katamari sliced in half, or you got to roll up like as many katanas as possible.
Roll around like a giant Japanese castle.
Yeah, there's just shuriken littering the floor. Johnny, fish.
Like the animal or the band?
God damn it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
That
guess
bit's way more canceled.
I'm gonna say
Game over sound.
Katamari.
No, John, that's both. We've
What?
done an episode about fishing, and there's an underwater level where you have to collect as many fish as possible.
Fishing, that makes sense. Okay. Yep.
Great job. David, the number 50.
I'm going to say Katamari.
That's correct. We did not do a themed episode around the number 50, but Katamari has a special level where you can only collect 50 items to make the biggest Katamari possible. Well done. Okay, Jesse. Friends.
Oh, well, that's both.
Oh, it's only GTT. There's no Katamari level, just about friends.
Friends.
Thank you. Johnny. Spooky.
Both.
No, there's a surprising lack of spooky Katamari levels.
Man.
That is only a GTT thing. Okay, David. Underwater.
Katamari.
It's gotta be both. Yeah.
Have
It's
we
both,
done
baby.
an underwater theme?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty recently, too.
Yeah, it was pretty recent. I definitely remember making the episode art.
I couldn't remember. Okay.
That's all right. Jesse, flowers.
Katamari.
That's correct. No GTT episodes specifically about flowers.
Yet.
Yeah.
Johnny, fire.
Katamari.
That is correct.
Yeah.
We Love Katamari also has a very fun level in which you've got to light the biggest campfire possible by catching the Katamari on fire, then rolling it into a campsite. All right, David. Guns.
GTT.
That's correct. Thank God.
I was gonna say, there's no way a Japanese game has a level about guns.
Oh, that'd be so
No.
dope.
Jesse, softball.
Oh, just okay. I thought you were saying this one's going to be a softball.
No, the question, the theme I'm asking about, softball.
Katamari.
No, that's GTT.
We had it was easy stuff.
Softball
Okay,
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, John's being tricky with these.
Aha! All
I
right,
was
Johnny.
like, how many games are about softball? Fuck.
Which I feel like the redo episode should also be named softball episodes.
Perhaps. Johnny, cancer.
God damn it. This is hard. Like, have we done an episode about cancer? Like, signs.
I don't know,
of
have we?
Well, signs of the zodiac, maybe? That's what I'm trying to think of right now. Like, is John trying to fuck with me? What is this? I'm gonna say both as zodiac
Oh,
signs.
John! What the hell? No, man. It's only Katamari.
Oh.
Because you're making constellations. There's a constellation called Cancer.
So I was on the right track. That is about you
Yeah,
know.
we just haven't done a cancer themed episode.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, John. No, nor have we done an episode about crabs. I don't think we've done an episode about
man.
crabs either.
Not yet.
Oh, we got some great episode ideas coming out of this lightning round.
I'll say.
Okay, David. Can you compose yourself? Whew.
Oh god, that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
Okay, David. Wrestling.
Uh, um,
I love seeing you get real tickled.
wrestling. I'm gonna say both.
No, Katamari.
No, we've never done a wrestling episode.
I don't
Not-
believe so.
Yeah, not specifically. No.
Huh.
Wrestling's
Yeah,
come up,
I
but
know.
not as a whole theme.
Yeah.
And
That
there's a
that
level
is
in We Love. There's a We Love Katamari level where you have to make the biggest Katamari possible to take out the biggest sumo wrestler possible. It's dope. All right, Jesse. Racing.
Both.
That's correct. There's a fantastic Katamari level set at a racetrack where the Katamari is constantly moving forward. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right, last go around. Johnny. Apes.
Okay, so I know we've done GCT Apes, Ape That Tune. Katamari? I'm going to say just GCT.
That's correct. Just GTT.
Woo.
All right, David. Candy.
That's a sweet theme.
So-
I'm gonna say Katamari.
That's correct, David. There's a fantastic level in We Love Katamari where you've got to take down the Hansel and Gretel house that's made out of candy. And finally, Jesse. Space. Space.
Both.
That's correct. And quite obviously so. I mean, come on. It's a game about making stars, people. All right. So I should have been tabulating the scores. Hold on. Oh, crap. That didn't make it easier to tabulate. Let's see. Johnny got 3. Jesse got 5. And David got 4. Johnny, start the computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
George Lucas slamming his dick in the
Scoring complete.
Oop, oh, shit. Sorry. Hold on.
This
Dramatic
game's
pause.
winner is Jesse Moore.
Hell yeah.
Yep. You kicked ass on that lightning round, Jesse. And, fantastic. What a fantastic game. What a fantastic show. Good times. And, let's keep the ball rolling to the next episode. Jesse, what do you got in mind for a theme for our upcoming show? Episode 183. God, can you guys believe it?
Getting there.
I will give you $20 if it's game.
Oh. That's a lot of money.
Good luck.
No, sorry. I'm just going to pick 2019. It can either be a game from 2019, maybe your game of the year, or a game that you played in 2019. That way Johnny can participate.
Yes, good idea. It's the year's winding down, so yeah, let's just do a 2019 game. I think that's a great idea. As we ease on into the holidays, we still have not firmed up whether or not we're going to do a recording the week of Christmas. So this will be nice. A little year in review. Some great 2019 games coming up on next week's episode. Great episode tonight, guys. What a lot of fun. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think that was one of the better lightning rounds I've come up with in quite some time.
That was good.
No, that was awesome. Yeah.
I love being able to get self-referential and very, very silly. So that's what happens when I bring Katamari to the show, baby. And what a great episode. What a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who's watching along live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Search for Game That Tune. We're in podcast form on the following Wednesdays. Search your podcast device for Game That Tune. Listen and enjoy. We appreciate you guys listening in podcast form. Thank you to everybody checking out Patreon. Patreon's the home for fun exclusives. We've got new stuff coming up for the end of the year. We're going to wrap it up with GTT Gyms. We got new Covered Up coming. We've got some end of year mixtapes and whatnot that we're working on. So we got some stuff coming for our patrons, and we appreciate you guys keeping the faith over there at Patreon. Special thanks to the Superfan tier producers Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, and Chrono. All fantastic guys and fantastic supporters of the show. No requests tonight, but we do appreciate it every time we get a request. So get your requests in with your fantastic 2019 soundtracks. Hit us up in our Discord server, in the request channel. Hit us up on YouTube over there in the GTT radio chat room. Hit us up, gamethattune@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter @gamethattune. You can also find us individually on Twitter. I'm there @jgangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter
JP Regan JR.
You can find David Fleming on Twitter
DFD Fleming.
And you can find Jesse Moore, this week's winner, on Twitter
Sega_legend.
Yes, hell yes. Jesse, you've got bonus tunes to take us home. What do you have for us?
It's Weird Al doing the poker rap.
Of course it is. Any explanation behind that?
Okay.
Well, last week I picked Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that is a game from 2019.
And so you're redoing the bonus tunes from last week's episode. Fantastic choice. Peace out, everybody.
Krabby, Snubble, Banana, Mankey, Chancy, and Zubat, Sulking, Ditto, Butterfree, Lugia, and Caterpie, Oddish, Poliwag, Goldeen, Elekid, and Nidoqueen, Victory Bell, and Magneton, everybody Pokemon! Aerodactyl, Silmachoke, Meryl, Moltres, and Slowpoke, Articuno, Ditto, Muk, Flareon, and Psyduck, Oyster, Kingler, Shelter, Gloom, Snorlax, and of course Vileplume, Zapdos, and Charmeleon.
Everybody Pokemon.
It's time to polka for Ponyta and Pidgey too. Come on, put on your lederhosen and try not to step on little Pikachu. You better grab yourself a partner like Tentacool or Bulbasaur. Hold on a minute, there's still at least 127 more, including Ladybug and Omastar, Jinx, Blossom, and Magmar, Geodude and Arcanine, Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime. Don't forget about Sandslash, Execute and Rapidash, Lickitung and Porygon. Everybody Pokemon! Everybody Pokemon! Everybody Pokemon!
Splatoon 2 is copyright 2017 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is copyright 1990 US Gold. Banjo-Kazooie is copyright 1998 Rare Limited. We Love Katamari is copyright 2005 Namco Limited.